The fear of rejection is simply a story that you have made up and continue to tell yourself. Hey, it's Cletus Coffey, the founder of Be the Torch. And rejection, you're talking about somebody here who is a recovering rejection addict. I was so addicted to my stories about rejection for so long that I was in my own way. And that's what happens when you continue to tell a story of rejection to yourself. You get in your own way. Man, was I in my own way for so long in so many areas because I had been rejected a few times in my past. And I really held on to those and didn't want to experience it ever again. Because look, rejection is hard. And I want to be understanding and compassionate to the rejections that you have felt in your life. I know they are hard, they sting, and they hang on with you as long as you continue to bring it forward with you into the present moment. Because that's what happens. We've had that rejection. This could be you were rejected by family members who didn't agree with decisions you were making about your life. This could be rejection in trying to find a ideal partner. This could be rejection in your career. This could be like me. The first time as a former athlete, I got rejected. The first time I was cut from a professional football team. Like I'd never been cut before. And I just felt utterly rejected. And all of a sudden my dreams and my self-confidence just completely went into the gutter. And we hang on to those things. And then the next steps we take in the present moment, we're bringing those stories with us. So rejection it's part of the human experience. That's how you grow. So let's not pretend like we're never going to be rejected, because the truth is, and this is something, if I could be the first one to tell you this, then awesome. I had to learn this much later in life. Not everyone's going to be your friend. Not everyone's going to like you. Not everyone's going to agree with you. Not everyone's going to go your way. And that's okay. Who cares? There are billions of people on this planet. And if you have a mission, you have a purpose, you have a passion that you are pursuing, who cares with what the handful, maybe plus a couple fingers of people have said about you? Think about it. The amount of times you've been rejected in your past, I bet you can't get past two hands. It's probably maybe on one hand, maybe plus a couple fingers. The amount of times you've been rejected in your life. And yet those handful of experiences you bring with you. And that's where, you fear picking up the phone and making a phone call, or approaching that individual who you find attractive, or taking that next career step, or calling on that customer who you want to land. You could be of great service to them. And you're fearing making that call. Look, we all have these experiences on any level. I don't care if you're just starting out in your business and your life, or if you are 6, 7, 8-figure business owner, there's different levels that we're trying to get to, and you've had that fear comes with you. Now, let's put into place a couple of steps to help you get past those fears, those stories, and get clear of where you're at in the present moment. The first one is getting totally attuned and aligned with your personal culture. If you're not familiar with personal culture, it's the embodiment of our true and authentic selves, focusing on 5 key areas: psychology, physiology, people, profits, and presence. It's standing in your own personal power, focused on yourself and what's in your best interest, so that you can lead others, maybe in your business, whether it be your customers, your employees. You can lead your family at home. You can lead your community. Standing in true leadership means to go first. So it's like you standing in your own personal culture is power. Now, if you are standing in your own power, if you get rejected, just know that's part of the process of your growth going forward. You need to get rejected. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it's okay if it does. That's part of the process. That's part of the growth. Because when you get rejected, it's simply an outcome. That's what rejection is. And that's point number 2, which is the scoreboard. First is, standing in your power of your personal culture. Next thing is being aware of the scoreboard, which is an outcome. See, we put process and effort. We build up for example, you want to go speak to someone that you find attractive, that you're seeing maybe at a restaurant or out and about. And there's all this pent up of, okay, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to say, this is how I'm going to approach them. And then you open your mouth and you get rejected. Or you do a bunch of research on this customer. You want to call and close this deal. You've got your whole process laid out. You call them up, You pitch them, you handle their objections, and ultimately they reject you. No, thank you. Now, what we've done is so far often, we go straight to the outcome, to the scoreboard. How'd I do? Did I land the deal or not? Did I land the partner or not? We go to the outcome and we judge ourselves based on that outcome. The thing about it is you can't control the outcome. You could have the best sales pitch, the best product, the best service, and you just call someone who is just not in the right position, mindset, financial scenario. The timing is off. There's so many variables that you cannot control. And yet we don't get the outcome we want. And then it's, oh goodness, what did I do wrong? How am I not very good? I'm a terrible salesperson. Or what's wrong with them? Don't they see the benefits of my, whatever. We put so much energy into the outcome when in fact, if we can just scale it back and just focus on what did I do well in that presentation? What went well? Maybe there was something you can work on that would have improved the outcome. Or in the conversation you had with someone you found attractive and you went and had that conversation, you had the courage, you said something, you got rejected. Who cares about the outcome? Just not the right fit, not the right time. And that's where we have to go inward and focus on, okay, who am I standing in my power? What anyone else has to say, what their response is not a reflection of me as a human being. As an individual, it just is a reflection on either where they're at and them as an individual or their timing, or maybe in my pitch to them, my presentation, the shirt I was wearing, whatever it may be. That's where we could take a step back and say, okay, it's not that I was rejected. It's just not the right time. Growth mindset here. They're just not ready yet. Okay? Or I'm not ready yet. What do I need to do to get better? How can I get better at building rapport? How can I get better at asking more qualifying questions? If I'm talking from a sales process. Or how can I ensure that I'm developing the amount of confidence? I'm going to talk to someone who I'm interested in. Or you could be in a relationship and, maybe it is that you want to better connect with your partner. Maybe you want to have sex with your partner and you get rejected. God, I've been there before. I've been in relationships where I want to be sexual with a partner and I get rejected and I'm thinking, what's wrong with me? This isn't working and she doesn't want to have sex and blah, blah, blah. You just get all caught up in your head in this rejection. And then you begin to respond, and how you react is based on the rejection, not based on the truth. Get to the truth. What was the truth of that scenario? Was it just that, hey, maybe they were taken and they're not available right now? It's not that you were rejected. It's just, hey, they're in a relationship, or customers happy with current vendor and this is not a right time, but let's stay in contact. Whatever it may be. It's just taking a step back, reflecting on the truth as to where the situation is at. It's not that your partner doesn't want to be intimate with you. There's a disconnect there. What can I do to help bridge that gap? Where can I be more connected, more intimate and with myself first and foremost, so that energy spills over into them and they feel you and they can better connect with you and so forth. I mean, there's a million different ways we can skin this, but ultimately what I want to finish with here is the two main things. Number one, getting to the truth. The truth is any rejection you've had is simply in the past. Let it go. Now, what happens is the past is sending you messages into the present moment saying, oh, don't make this call right now, or hesitate on contacting this potential opportunity, or don't go talk to that individual because you've been rejected in the past and that's going to be scary. And so the ego's talking here going, let's just save our face here. Let's not put ourselves out there. This is what I have found, where I have finally begun to experience the things I want to experience in my life is when I've got over the fear of rejection and just put it out there. All the content that I make. Look, I'm going to say stuff that people don't like, people don't vibe with, and that's cool. They're not my tribe. There's nothing wrong with that. Just not for you. It may be that you do resonate with this. Awesome. We're rolling. We're in the same frequency. We get it and we're in alignment, and that's all right. There's plenty of people out there. I know, speaking of content, so many of you are fearful in creating content about your truth, about who you are authentically, talking about your real stuff for fear of being judged, being rejected. People aren't going to like it. People aren't going to comment on it. I don't care. I used to care. I don't care anymore. And it's amazing. Once you get to the truth, number one. Number two, detached from outcomes, right? Detached from the scoreboard and just focus on doing you and being you. There's people out there that are looking for you being you, not you, the The self created you for fearing of rejection, because this is what we do. We create this persona, this inauthentic version of ourselves, because that's what we think people want. And so we sell them on a false bag of goods. It's not really you. You may land the sale. You may get that person to connect and talk with you. You may go out on a few dates. You may get married. They think they're marrying this person, but that's not really you. And now you got to keep up the false image of who you are and not really being authentically yourself. So again, number one, get to the truth. Who are you authentically? Number two, detach from the scoreboard. Number three, who cares? Just go out there, speak your truth, show up authentically, and the right people that are supposed to be in your life are going to be attracted to you. In the world of personal culture, I call it being the torch. See, you light the torch, you're on fire. It's like moth to a flame. The right people, the right opportunities are going to be attracted to your flame. But right now, your flame is like a pilot light, a little candle. Screw being a candle, be a torch. And if you're interested in being a torch, then you're in the right spot. Go ahead and just in the comments there, like, be a torch. Let me know you're there. Subscribe to the channel here. Subscribe to the podcast if you're listening in that medium, and reach out to me. Be a part of this movement of high-performing individuals that are lighting their own torch to follow purpose, passion, and find and create a life of freedom, fulfillment, and essentially creating the lives that we really want to create for ourselves to reach our highest potential. Thank you so much, my friends, for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the channel here, and that way you get more credible content, how you can get better and create the life that you truly desire.